the final sort of closing in of the net on Arvind Kejriwal was after the arrest of your leader K. Kavita last Saturday. It was after that that the ED issued a statement which for the first time named Mr. Arvind Kejriwal formally in an ED statement. The ED's contention is that the whole route, the whole change of policy was designed in a way to favor certain liquor operators, and they in turn paid K. Kavita, who in turn allegedly paid the Aam Aadmi Party kickbacks for its election campaigns in Punjab and Goa, etc. So please respond to what the ED's case so far, at least what they've put out in the public domain, against both your leader, and basis that they have today now arrested the Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
So the ED and CBI have been investigating this case for the last 2 years. The case is not new. They've been investigating for the last 2 years. But what we need to look at is the timing of the arrest and when the elections are coming up the next month in the April and month of May. So this is nothing but more of politically motivated case. And we know that the ED, they have filed until unless it's proven nobody is guilty, but the ED has filed the charge sheet against our leader Kavita and again Arvind Kejriwal and several other people. But the timing, they want to get the arrest and the gain, it's a political gain for the BJP party.
Okay. 1 second, Mr. Vikas, I'll come back to you. Sorry for the interruption, but Mr. Vikas Singh is a former Additional Solicitor General to the Government of India. Thank you very much, Mr. Singh, for speaking with us. If you can explain to our viewers in layman terms the basis on which Mr. Kejriwal has been arrested, because so far he's not been named as an accused in any of the charge sheets. The references to Mr. Kejriwal are allegedly one phone call that happened between Samir Mahindra and one of the aides of Mr. Kejriwal, and another instance after the arrest of Ms. Kavita, which came to light that he met with the son of a MP of one of the Telugu parties, where again this whole liquor scam was discussed. Is this grounds enough for arrest under PMLA?
Well, so as far as the facts are concerned, it is very difficult for me to comment on the basis of what you tell me as the facts that you know about. So it's not something which can be second guessed by me. But the more startling thing is that this is the 9th summon. And whatever it is, we are governed by the rule of law. And I don't think anybody can claim to be above the law. And the Chief Minister feels that he is above the law, then he is definitely and sadly mistaken. So if you felt that the whole case is completely motivated or it is a bogus case, why did you challenge the very first summon? I mean, why have you waited for the 8th summon and then gone to the High Court? And High Court also did not grant you an ex parte. Every day we appear in court. And every day we ask for an ex parte because we say there is a likelihood of an arrest. So whatever it be, even though the High Court may have issued notice, High Court did not grant an ex parte stay. So obviously High Court has seen something on the side of the ED to not grant an ex parte stay. So obviously the legal process has not gone in your favor so far. If it has not gone in your favor, even if you say it is a politically motivated case, which it may be, I can't comment on that because that's something which I don't have any, privy. But as a legal person, I feel this a little, unnerving that somebody can just ignore a summon as if that he doesn't believe in the rule of law, doesn't go to the court of law, doesn't challenge the summon. And he waits for the 8th summon to go to a court of law, and then also he gets simply notice. He's not able to make out a case for an ex parte stay. So I don't see, any impediment in the ED arresting somebody who has not responded to the 9 summons issued to him.
No, I believe that Mr. Kejriwal did go and ask for quashing, and the court refused to quash it. But I do want to ask you, Mr. Singh. Recently, there was a Delhi High Court judgment specifically dealing with Section 19, Section 50 of the PMLA. This is, of course, what is used to arrest individuals who are accused. And the court had said that mere non-cooperation or giving evasive answers cannot be grounds under Section 19 or 50 for arrest of these individuals. May that or may that not come into play in this case?
So, actually, if you see, there is a fundamental right also of every individual in this country of remaining silent. So nobody can be arrested for not answering a question of the investigating agencies. So that is which is a that is a completely separate issue altogether. And the fact that you've not answered can never be a ground for an arrest. But unfortunately, this is not how the courts have been interpreting the law. Because if you recall, even Mr. Manish Sisodia was arrested only because he was not answering the questions, which according to me is a fundamental right to remain silent. And the US Supreme Court has held that the right to remain silent is definitely a right vested in every citizen of a country. So you can't be compelled to answer questions if you don't want, if you just want to keep quiet. So that's
Okay.
a separate debate, but that's unfortunately not being, implemented in this country. The courts have not been, following this dictum. They have been not been granting bail simply on the ground that a person says that I have a right to remain silent. So I don't see how Arvind Kejriwal can be singled out in this kind of treatment. If you ask my personal view, I would say that definitely every individual has a right to remain silent. But unfortunately, the courts have not given this liberty to people. And if they have not given it to people in this country, then that's the rule of law.
Okay. I do also want to ask you, now the Kejriwal legal team has approached the Supreme Court. They're asking for an immediate hearing. They're pressing for a midnight hearing. From what you have seen of the current Chief Justice led Supreme Court, what is the inclination? Is the current court inclined to giving such urgent hearings, or are they more reticent when it comes to what may be perceived as out of the way hearings, as it were?
Very, very difficult for me to second guess what the Chief Justice of India will do. But the way he granted a hearing to Mr. Soren, when he had already resigned as a Chief Minister, I will not be surprised that Mr. Kejriwal also gets a hearing. But in my view, if you ask my personal view, I don't think he has made out any case for a midnight hearing, because if this is the ninth summon, if he has not responded to 8 summons, then why should the court go out of turn and hear him at midnight if he had ample time for the last 2 months to go to a court and get these summons stayed or quashed?
Okay.
Then why the court do a midnight hearing for him and grant him this hearing? So I leave it. I don't want to second guess the Chief
Okay,
Justice.
we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Mr. Vikas Singh. Let me now bring in our other guests as well. Anuja Kapoor of the BJP, Rukmini Singh is a lawyer, Susi Ben Shah is a lawyer and spokesperson for the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, Anmol Pawar, spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, will also be joining us.